G'day, I'm Steamin STIX, your favourite mediocre musician, and welcome to my video of how I created Lues. Now I made the rest of this video all the way back, I think, when I started learning the instruments of the song. And I came to notice that my on-camera speaking skills were not that good. So I'll give you fair warning, I kinda think I did a bad job. But all the information talking about how Lues was made is correct. So I'm just gonna suck it up with a almost poor video, but considering it still has the proper information in there, I'm just gonna have to let it go. Basically, my on-camera speaking skills have improved. So to find out how Lues was made, please tolerate the subpar video that you see before you. When I decided I want to actually create a monster and have it as like a continual character for the band, it took me a while to figure out what I actually wanted it to look like. I knew I wanted it for some reason I wanted it to be a lot more scary, and I pictured like almost like oozing and, you know, something really creepy and also bug-like. So some of that has still come through, but obviously to try and then make it real, I've had to do different things. Lues is also supposed to be like huge as well, so obviously I wasn't able to get a plush that's like the height of a house or something, because he's meant to be a monstrous size. You know, when the lyrics say you held me, wrapped me in your arms, she was supposed to be almost like baby size in comparison to him in his arms, but obviously, you know, can't really do that. And I think I'm just gonna go with that size as to that's now that size that he's gonna be, because then it's gonna make it easier for him to just be like amongst the group and things, just sitting around with them and everything. So when designing him as well, I then sort of got the idea of trying to make him somewhat goatish like, so his back half is of a goat, and I decided, well, he would probably be really good for a mountain kind of environment, living up in the mountains, in the hills. And then I wanted his arms to be bug-like, because I figured with his massive gorilla arms, I wanted like strong gorilla arms for some reason, but I also wanted separate arms that he could hold things or like cling on to things as well. So then I decided, if he's doing like the rock climbing and mountain climbing that goats do, maybe his gorilla arms limit him in a way because they're so big, but maybe the pincers could help him get that little bit of traction or something for the very steep hills. That was at least my logic to make it work. I also thought it'd be pretty nifty is if he's kind of like a predator animal, so I sort of figure that his arms and his eyes can actually glow in the dark to attract prey. What exactly his prey is, I'm not quite sure, but obviously it's of like some sort of living animal thing. I don't know if primarily like just a whole bunch of insects or something. I just haven't really thought about what it is, but he glows to attract prey. That's all I kind of thought about. I had to do quite a lot of design sketches and drawings, which was very annoying as to kind of keep going with it, because I did it all by hand, so I don't have like Photoshop or a computer generated drawing tool or whatever sort of thing. So that's one of the earliest ones I had that I have a copy for. So you can see his beard is a lot shorter. I did not yet have his sort of yellow bits. I didn't really draw his hands and his hooves correctly too much, and I was still trying to figure out his colouring. All I knew is I wanted it to be green for some reason. I don't know why, I just wanted green. However, for a first, when I figured out what I wanted, I feel like that was pretty good, and just as I kept going, and I didn't know what colours to do as well. There was a lot of do it, change it, get someone to look at it, see what they think. There was a lot of changes. I think this one is one of the earlier ones as well, when I've tried to figure out colour schemes as well. You can see I've added the separation of his hands and his fur there. I still had not yet done it with his hooves, and then I've kind of gotten the idea of what color scheme I wanted him to have. I tried looking up goat colors and everything because I wanted to, you know, he's made up, but you know, I still want him to look kind of, still be as real as possible. Like, what would he be in his actual setting? I think that was my next kind of trial as to what to do. So I found some coloration where they had kind of like patches or spots. I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to portray that, but then I also was able to add the shading under his eyes there, and then under the skeleton, I guess I added those ones, and then I realized I wanted the pincers and then also the underneath of his claws. So all of those slowly started being worked on. So I basically figured out after that one pretty much what I wanted the colors to be. This next one, as you can see, that's gotten, I think, pretty much the final product. This here is actually whited out from his original beard, and then I've added the things over. So also as well, with all my corrections, I've been scanning them, printing them out, doing my corrections, and then going back to Officeworks, which is like a office place where I do all my printing and scanning and everything, and then just doing it again by hand, doing it all over again. So the effort to just have to go to a different location to get everything done is very tiring. I decided to add his back piece there because then I started thinking, well, if he's got gorilla arms, and I felt he also needed some different color rather than just being browny orangey sort of thing. So I thought, since he's got gorilla arms, maybe I'll make that grey, and that can, you know, link up with the silverback gorillas sort of thing. So just gives it more color, makes it slightly more interesting, and just another kind of link back to his animal counterpart inspirations, I guess. Eventually then we got to what you see before you and the final product. I've been able to color him in and literally give them all the descriptions as I could in regards to fur length as well, and then giving them a bit more specific what the body parts are supposed to be so that they know exactly how to kind of make them. So I did that view, and then I also realized I'm not sure if I needed to or not, but I thought it would be smarter to then do his other angles as well. Again, I made a top view of him, and then I also made a front and back view as well, because also I needed his arms and like his chest to be seen, like how that needed to be done and everything. I'm pretty impressed with all my drawing skills. That's a bit fancy. Going from that to that is pretty damn amazing. Like, Plush Art Studio really went like all out amazing and everything. It was quite a heartache finding somewhere that could make him, because the first place I found, I got everything done up, went back to fill in all the details of like how to do him and everything. The biggest size they could do is 30 inches, so of course that's this big. I had everything filled in, I just needed to click on the size that I wanted, and then of course the 30 inches they would not ship to Australia. It was somewhere in America that I was getting it from. So then I'm just completely disheartened because I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So then I tried looking for places in Australia. I think I found only 1 or 2 places, didn't hear back from them, and then I was looking on Etsy and found the Plush Art Studio workings. I think I saw a goat that they had put up, and I was just like, oh my god, that's exactly what I need. And then I was looking at that, and then basically finding all of Plush Art Studio's pages and just stalking the crap out of it all. I would definitely suggest to check out their Facebook page. There's a lot of photos on there. I was going through some of them, and there's quite a few kind of mystical sort of ones with actual proper horns and all that. So once I saw those ones and really kind of just the, you know, the fantasy mystical creatures that they kind of had, I was like, this is it. Like, this is who I want. This person can do Lues. Like, this is this is it. I need to contact this person. So eventually we were able to go through all the details and figure it all out. And yeah, and then it had been, I don't know how long. I kind of woke up one morning being like, oh, I wonder if I should, you know, send her a message just asking, oh, how, you know, how far up the list is he, you know, like when are you able to start? Because I just, you know, I just wanted him done. Like, I'd been looking forward to him for so long. I just, you know, wanted him done. I woke up and I had an email from her with him being completely finished, and I'm just like, it's so beautiful! So I was really happy that morning, and just, I thought he wouldn't have even been started yet, and he was completely finished. We had a couple of issues with sending him. The shipping price then changed, which was annoying for both of us, and then she couldn't get the size box that she wanted, so he came a little cramped in the box, but obviously we've got him sorted out now, so he's perfectly fine. I don't think I would be able to praise Plush Art Studio enough. Like, just he is literally perfect. He is exactly how I have drawn. He is just exactly as she said she could do. Like, he's got wires in his arms and legs, and he has been standing like this, not touched, for months. Like, I have not needed to touch him at all to rearrange his positioning or his arms or his legs. He has been standing by himself for months. Like, it's just such amazing quality. Yes, we made it to the end! There was a lot of, while editing, what was I thinking moments through all of that. So I apologise for the poor quality of myself, but it's cool because now I can compare how I spoke before and now how I speak now, and of all this, at least I've gotten better. I hope you found how Lues was put together rather interesting. It was a long process, just like the entire thing of Monster Equals Evil. Check out the other videos to go with it as well. The Monster Equals Evil video clip, obviously, which is what all of this was put towards. The unboxing of Lues, and then the behind the scenes of the Monsters Equal Evil video clip. I like my behind the scenes stuff just to show the time lapse of how long from start to finish of just practicing and recording and editing and all that gets done. I like to show how long things take, because I am only one person and things are hard. My arm is turned red from the fire. So thank you for watching and hope to see you in more videos.